I'm away. I'm not at home. I'm going to be gone for a while. Oh, there's the truck. The view is not all that great either. Love you. I feel like everyone's gonna hardcore judge me because 3 of the 4 of my Flyleaf CDs don't have booklets. It's a long story. Hi guys, it's Risk and you're watching Underground Soundwaves, and today I'm going to be doing something very special for this channel. And by the way, the clip before the intro of this video was from Ellen's birth, because that's why this video did not come out last week. My cat's spending some time because he feels like whatever I'm doing involves him, but newsflash. Okay, so now that's taken care of, I can get into the actual purpose of this video, and today I'm going to be doing my first album review on this channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing Life Screams by Lacey Sturm. If you do not know who Lacey Sturm is, she used to be the vocalist for Flyleaf. So yeah, I don't really listen to Flyleaf anymore. I kind of stopped after 8th grade year in middle school. So I'm just going to get into the review portion of this video, and we have a lot we need to discuss about this album. So I'll just get straight on into it so it's not too long. So the first song on this album was Impossible. This was the lead single, and I felt like it was mature musically versus what she did with Flyleaf over the years, but I feel like it was still very lyrically Flyleaf number 2, if you get what I'm saying. I feel like musically or lyrically it was very similar to Flyleaf, very with religious tones, singing to God and about God. There's nothing wrong with that, but I felt like it was virtually the same album that Flyleaf has done with the same message. So the song was good, but it wasn't my favorite off of this album. So next on this album we have The Soldier. So this song's very full of the bass guitar, and it's sung very melodically, and it is an empowering song that has very good screams from Lacey. I mean, Impossible, the screams were to me, but I feel like they were a lot better in The Soldier, which was one of my favorite songs off of this album. The next one was I'm Not Laughing, which was one of the singles for this album. This one was about bowling, and it was kind of interesting. It was an interesting musically. It had dark distortions on the guitar, and it had very deep raspy vocals from Lacey. It was very interesting to see her sing about something like bowling, because we never really saw that side in Flyleaf, I don't think. It was really interesting to see that this stray away from the very typical religious themes and to something like I'm Not Laughing, which I really did appreciate in this album. Next is Vanity, and I think it is just a filler track. It's spoken, and it is very much Lacey having a conversation with someone else. I don't know who did the other side of the conversation, unfortunately, but it was just very altered with audio and stuff. I don't know any technical terms, so please don't kill me. I just know what my ears can hear. So it was very interesting because it led into their next song, Rocked, which was one of my favorite songs off of this album as well. It was very heavy, and it's a song about seeking forgiveness. And it's something that I probably could see on their album Memento more, which is this album right here. her old album, Memento Mori. And I really enjoyed this song a lot. I thought it was I felt like it was very mature and refined. And I really appreciate that because it was something different that I haven't seen before. The next song is You're Not Alone. So this is a slower acoustic that transitions into like an anthem, an arena rock song, which is empowering and yes, with lots of religious themes in it. So yeah. Feels Like Forever was another one of my favorite songs and was also a single for this album. It starts off softly and turns into a melodic song. Melodic is a hard word to say. That is about finding love, hinting at religious views, but you can interpret it any way. You can interpret it about a loved one, religious if you want to. It can be taken away any way you want it to be. Life Screams is the next song, which is the title track for this album. It starts off with piano and is slow ballad-like about life and finding things that can be empowering and changing decisions, and it's a very good song. The next song on this album is Faith. It is a really slow, raw guitar ballad about looking for love with someone, and it's really heartfelt and it really is emotional. It's a very empowering track. You can tell that her heart and soul was into this track very much so, as much as the rest of this album, which I really appreciate because you don't get to see that often. So the next song is Roxanne, and it is a live track from one of her concerts. It is actually really interesting because the performance track does show that Lacey does sound like studio Lacey, so that was very cool. But lyrically and like the theme of the song is about a girl who is walking the streets, you know, basically like a story of a prostitute and how she can change herself. It was like, I really enjoyed that song off of this album. I felt like it was really interesting to see this song live because I can't even describe this song, to be honest. It was just really good, and this was probably my favorite out of all of the tracks I liked on this album. This was probably my favorite Roxanne live. Next one is the last song on this album, which is Run to You. It is a very acoustic, gentle song. It's very like a 160 from everything else we heard on this album, which I really didn't think they should have ended the album like this. I feel like it should have flowed a little bit better because it didn't, like, Roxanne, the live version, was very heavy and very rock driven, while Run to You was very acoustically driven, which I feel like they should have put it didn't fit at the end. It was more like just her and an acoustic guitar, and it kind of had elements of Remember to Breathe, their acoustic EP, Flyleaf's acoustic EP. I really think that they should have done, it should have been more like rock oriented than this acoustic oriented thing, that so it wouldn't just end on a more sharper note, because the rest of the album flowed very well until the last Roxanne live and Run to You. I really think Lacey Sturm did a very good job on her first solo project. I think it was a good comeback for her from not making music since Flyleaf. I think, when did New Horizons come out? So this came out in 2012, so I think that Life Screams was a great comeback track for her from her last album, which was New Horizons with Flyleaf. So I overall would give this album about 3.5 out of 5 stars. I know that sounds low, but I liked it. I just wasn't crazy about it, you know? So I hope you enjoyed my first review. Be sure to leave your opinions about Life Screams by Lacey Sturm down in the comments below. I would love to have a discussion down there. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow Soundwaves Home to be underground today. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.